Hello guys, welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 Dailies video. We're on Road Atlanta in the Group 4 cars in Daily B. We are doing 5 laps on this track and we are in the McLaren, and as you see we are starting kind of from the back of the grid. So yeah, this will be 3 races. Obviously you guys know from now. I'm going to try and do a bit of Daily C this week, hopefully. So I'll hopefully get a video out to you on that, as well as the shorts as well, doing very well as well. So I'd like to thank you guys for also supporting that. But anyway, let's get into the first race of this video. So yeah, starting P12 in this mashed up grid of different cars. Very early in the morning this was. And yeah, basically this is how it starts off. So a couple of drivers that we do know in this lobby, as well as Mark and Janice at the top spots of this race. I don't think he's in this race, but I will see. So coming up to the first couple of corners, this left right here, probably one of the best times you could probably gain on people for the starts of these races anyway. But yeah, no, coming to this left-hander here, getting all very bunched up here, buzzing the Hornet in front of us, getting very tight to the GTR ahead. So yeah, it's not really too much we can do as of yet, but as you see, it's still bunching up with this little group ahead. We're having to back out here, so try and get a better exit on this long straight, as you can see. And we're going to try and get a bit of momentum on this straight now on the GTR and the McLaren 650 as we do, and we're going to pull to this left hand side but accidentally hit the GTR in this mode, which is unfortunate for us. I see Tobotto having a 0.5 second penalty, as well as Chris as well. It's getting very, very tight here, as I don't actually know what happens here. I like to say that's not my fault, as I got pushed out wide and then I couldn't do anything. And then here as well, you'll see back on the replay as of now on board with me. So as you see here, got boxed in basically. He came over to my inside, and basically he braked a bit earlier than I did, and then he knocked into this guy, and then he ghosted and then unghosted, and that gives me a lovely 5-second penalty for pushing him off the track apparently. But yeah, it's what it is. First race, anything can go wrong. So we continue on in this race. So with that, we're staying with P12, but obviously we've got to serve this beautiful 5-second penalty as we come on this long straight here. Still battling with Buzzing Hornet, and obviously we're going to take our 5-second penalty. A very, very long penalty for what I did. I don't think I should have got that, but again he unghosted, and then there were nowhere I could go. But it is what it is. So as you see, P Hugo goes in front here and turns right on the left-hander. We'll go back on board with him, and so he comes here, touches the grass, goes left, then turns right on the left-hander. Very unfortunate for that dude, but yeah, so up to P14 we go, and see if we can improve any more positions in this race as yet. It's coming on to lap 4 now. As you see, we do catch up to Tobotto and Ronstar ahead, as them two are fighting it off for P11. Going too wide on the first corner there. Very, very scary moments there. And as we do, we catch up with ease. And we want to try and make this as easy as we can for ourselves. You see, coming down this little S section here, catching and that's Sylvia, as it's not the meta car anymore. And we're going to catch right up on his tail, and we're going to pull to that inside line and try and get the move done. But as well as that, we're going to try and go for a move on the Swiss, I think the Swiss driver in ahead. And he cuts us off, but good defending by him. And now we're just going to have to try and get a better exit out of this right-hander, which I've been having a very bad time with. And see if we can get moved down into that chicane. So yeah, trying to gain in the slipstream as we are, gaining like at least 100 tenths, I think. No, tenths. No, 10 hundredths of a second per like second basically. And as you see, we're going to try and go for a move on the inside here. It just doesn't work out as we're too far away on this lap. So it's going to have to be on the last lap. We're going to have to put as much pressure as we can on this guy, Ronstar. in the McLaren 650S. But as we see, we're going to have a nice little run on this pit straight here, and we're going to get through with ease. I think it's because we was in gear 6, and obviously you must have been in gear 5 still. Yeah, that was a nice little first race. Obviously we didn't really gain too much positions, but we did have a 5-second penalty. Gained one position, but it wasn't that good of a race. Let's get into the next one. So, starting P1 this time with a 24.8. I believe I did get into the top 10 with a 24.5 or 6. I don't know. Something like that. Or 24.7, I believe. I was quite happy with it at the time. So yeah, it did put us in the top 10 at the time. But yeah, it's probably going to be the thumbnail of this video, saying top 10 on Daily V. But it is what it is. So let's start this race in P1 with Mark behind us in that 650S as well. Let's see how this race goes. We've got a couple of other drivers as well. TCR Sonic as well, known to be a good driver. I don't really know the other guys. Maybe Maximi, I think I know from somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, let's start this race. So starting the race again in P1 with Mark as well. The French driver is behind, going to look for moving inside the Mark there, but just doesn't have the momentum. I see Mark secures that P2 for now. And as you see, we're coming around these first couple of corners. Pretty nice little gap we're pulling away. Let's see, the end of lap 1 it comes to 8 tenths. The end of lap 2 comes to 9 tenths. The end of lap 3 it comes to a second, so it's going up ever so slightly. And then coming on to the final lap, it drops back down again, so he must have had a little mistake. But we're going to start this final lap now, still in P1. Been quite a consistent race, not really with the best of times, as you see on the boardings there. We see you've got the Mark Coos in the Portuguese driver, set the fast lap 25.5. And you see there, I got a bit deep there. I've jumped over the curb, so I just couldn't turn in. And Mark takes very good advantage of that, gets through and gets back, well not back, but into P1. And now we're under threat from Anfo 30 in that Ferrari 458. Ferrari 458 don't seem too bad around this track, to be fair, which is quite surprising. A couple of my teammates using the Ferrari 458 as well this week. But most of us in the 650S. As you see, we've got a bit deep there, and going to have a bit of oversteer, bit of dirty tyres, and as you see, the Ferrari is catching us for this final lap, and as you see, pulls alongside us. So I'm assuming he's going to get past us, get through us, but hopefully that 650S that we have stays alongside him, which is just not going to be. And we're going to dive down his inside there. Are we going to keep it clean? Going on his inside there, and we do get the job done. Very nice move there from the boy ClassifiedXI, and we just about defend our P2, which should have been a P1, but a stupid mistake by us. But it is what it is. GG's to you, Mark. Good racing from him. Putting that pressure on still does make me have a mistake. So yeah, let's get into the third and final race of this video. So we have a new guy in front of us, Chris. He used to be an RTR, but left due to I don't know what reasons. But he's happy. He's racing. He actually got the top time in the world in the morning, and I don't know where he is now, but he very quick driver. Yeah, he's gone solo from RTR, and as you see, you got Mark and me still in this race, as well as Hispano as well. I do recognise his name a couple weeks back or whatnot. But you know, so let's get into this third and final race of this video. Starting behind Chris this time, and we have a bit of a battle that we're going to have to get through to get P1 this time. And let's just see how this race goes, basically. So yeah, could be quite a good fight. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, first couple of corners, as you see here. Chris goes a bit deep. Chris hits the grass and has a bit of dirty tyres, and it slows up a bit. And yeah, we're just gonna stick behind him and just try and force a move where we can. But obviously he's very quick at this stage of this time, and we need to kind of just stick with him just so he don't pull away. Obviously we've got threat from Hispano and Mark as well behind, as well as that Antho guy, as well as the other guys. But we are in this battle for first right now. We don't need to worry about too many people behind us. We've got focus in front where we don't need to focus behind, not as of yet. So yeah, coming on to the long straight for the first time in this race, we're going to be in that slipstream of Chris. Hopefully we can look for a move, as the slipstream is pulling us eventually now. And we're going to move to the outside and see if we can get a job done on Chris here, which is probably going to be very unlikely. As you see, he defends quite well. We're going to try and go for a little switcheroo, try and get a bit more momentum out of these last couple of corners. On to the second lap we go. Let's see if we can force a move to this turn one. And see, we are gaining ever so slightly against Chris, but it's not too much to be a threat. So we're going to stick behind again for this start of the second lap. We do gain a bit of momentum there through turn one, which we did a lot of times during these races, as well as the top times. I reckon that I did do turn one pretty good compared to a lot of people. But yeah, no. So coming with these little S's, coming to this left-hander here. And Chris has a little bit of a mistake, but not too much to be a threat again from me. As you see, going purple in the second lap, as always, everyone does as well. Coming to this long hairpin, and we're just going to see if we can get a better exit this time, which we don't really get. And unfortunately, we ain't going to really catch in the slipstream this time. But yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys have been watching for this long. But we did do this Road Atlanta in the Radicals a couple of weeks back. I very much enjoyed it. But that was a daily C. Very much enjoyed it. But for some reason, the McLaren just feels so good on this track, basically. As you see there, Chris goes a bit too deep there, and it's going to give us a bit of time to get back, and we're going to go side by side with him. Hispano as well. Very close race with the top three drivers here, and we're going to get the job done straight through there on Chris there. And Hispano's going to move to his inside here. As you can see, them two are going side by side into turn one, and Hispano actually gets the job done on Chris. And yeah, that just shows these types of lobbies can just affect, like, within one corner. One corner you mess up, that's basically, you know, you're going to lose positions out of it if you're in a battle. But as you see there, back into where we should be in the lead. Joking. But yeah, no. Into the lead of this race for the first time. And yeah, as you see, we're looking pretty comfortable right now, as we're pulled 6 tenths from Hispano. Now 7 tenths. But yeah, looking pretty decent right now. Hispano actually having the fastest lap of this race as of yet, with a 26.2. I got a 26.2 as well, but he was a bit quicker than me that lap, which is unfortunate. But yeah, no. So again, as you can see, I was actually quite surprised again. Hispano in the Ferrari 458. So yeah, the car is there. The Ferrari is there. So you do have to watch out for it. But it's just in the downhill section parts where the McLaren has that extra gear, and the McLaren obviously shifts quicker. It's gonna get into those revs a lot quicker. It's gonna get the power more quicker, and it's gonna pull more quicker. So yeah, as you see, setting the fast lap there, 25.8, not too bad. But really, you should be, if you're looking to get in this race, as I should really be showing what's actually going on in the front of your eyes. We go wide there, and unfortunately, we lose both our positions, as I was talking about in the previous laps. If you make one little mess up, you're done. But you know, so what I was actually saying before I did do that terrible mistake, a low 25 would be a good lap for race pace. Let's see here, Antho behind us in the Ferrari 458, looking for a move on the inside here. Doesn't really go for it, but here he does, which was quite a weird move. He bumps us out of the way a bit, but I'll give him his due. He tried going there, a bit tight around that corner. But as you see, we're going side by side, and yeah, as you see behind us, and gonna hopefully defend this move off as he moves to the outside for the chicane. Hopefully we defend this off pretty well. We're going to go side by side with him. Are we going to brake a bit later? just a bit early actually, and he turns in a bit early, as I should say, and yeah, it kind of stayed side by side for a bit, and yeah, we kind of defended that pretty well, I'd say. Again, a bit of bumping, a bit of contact. It's not too heavy. It's not like we're bumping each other off. But we did see him in a few other races. He was giving a bit of a bump. As you see, he bumped us a bit there, unfortunately. But yeah, it wasn't too much of hassle to me. It was just a bit of hassle to other drivers as well. Yeah, we're keeping P3 for now. As we've seen, we've got Anfo behind us in that 40458. As you see, the two ahead have gone, obviously, because of my stupid mistake. But yeah, no, so which is quite unfortunate for us, as we was in a good battle there for P1. But it is what it is. So coming around these last couple of, well, this last hairpin for the last time of this race, and coming around this again, a little bit of a right-hander. Try and stay in third gear, or you go into second and third, shift up to third straight away. As you see, I do start pulling away from Anfo here, but this is where Anfo is going to start gaining in the slip. As I thought the McLaren was more with the straight line speed. As you see here, I don't know what actually done here. I go off on the grass and break a bit deep here. Anfo goes off into the grass as well. He rejoins pretty badly, and he stops us from getting that P3. And as you see here, the Italian and the Spaniard here get through, and we finish in P6, the best position in the game. You know, so guys, if you did enjoy that first video of the week on Daily B, please go ahead and hit that like button, as well as if you're new, and also subscribe if you're new as well. I will be uploading hopefully a Daily C this week. If not, it will be another Daily B. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Support me, my Twitch as well, ClassifiedXI. Go follow that, as I'll be streaming on it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.